Hi guys, thanks a lot for listening to this tutorial video on cointegration in Eviews. You know, cointegration is a statistical method which is used in vector error correction or vector autoregressive modeling in order to see whether or not there exists a long-run relationship between variables. Uh, For example, if we are in var model with all variable integrated of order one, you can be to have a good model to search for a cointegration or a long-run relationship between your variable. And in this case, there exists a long-run relationship between your variable. You must estimate a vector error correction model in order to improve your forecasting and the analysis of that you are going to make. For this tutorial, we will take an example of the impact of government investment on GDP growth. So our main variable that we are going to use is GDP growth and government investment. So we'll just select our two variable, select the variable GDP growth, and click on the control on your keyboard and select also government investment. Make a right click and choose the option open. Open, you select open as var vector autoregressive. So as you have selected var modelization, you can we keep a lag interval for endogenous variable at 2 as default value in Eviews, and constant is the endogenous variable, exogenous variable. So we click on OK, and we have our var model expressing GDP growth in function of lag 1 and lag 2 of GDP growth as well as government investment. So for our example, we have GDP growth and government investment which are integrated of order 1. For example, we didn't test the unit growth in our series, and if you want to know how to test the unit growth test, you can see one of our series of video on unit growth testing. So to test the cointegration between GDP growth and government investment, we just go in view in our equation task. We go on view, we choose cointegration test. We click on cointegration test. Has the possibility to choose many options. We have deterministic trend assumption. We can assume there is no deterministic trend. We choose the situation where there is no intercept in the relationship which link GDP growth and government investment. We also have intercept and the option when we have intercept and no trend in our equation. We choose the option intercept and no trend in our equation, and we keep the lag interval as was in our var model. So we click on OK, and you see that the results are just in front of you. So we have two results. First of all, the result of the stress test statistic, and the stress test statistic indicate two cointegrating equation at 5% level. So we have probability here and critical value in our last but one column. And in the last column, we have the probability or the p-value of our test, of our test, our cointegration test. So in the second table, we have the analysis of maximum eigenvalue test, which indicate there is no cointegration at 5% level. So at 5% level, we cannot assume that there is a cointegration equation between our two variables. So assuming that there is a cointegration equation in our variable, we can see that at the end of our estimation, assuming that there is a cointegration equation, we have a normalized equation of or the long run equation between GDP and government investment. You can notice that we have one time cointegration GDP growth plus 1.83 government investment minus 10 times minus 10 is equal to the is equal to 0 or the error term. So the coefficient of the government investment is interpreted negatively. So the sign here is positive, but government investment impact negatively on GDP growth, because when we pass the government investment on the other side of the equation of the equality, we can notice that it will be negative and the constant will be positive. So government investment influence negatively on GDP growth in the long run, which can be controversial according to the economic theory, but that's just a estimation to show you how to run cointegration tests. We will go and estimate our vector error correction model, assuming that it is a cointegration between our two variables. We have previously estimated a VAR model which shows this time vector error correction, and as you know, in vector error correction the VAR model lost lag by 1. So the lag interval is just 1 to 1, because in our VAR model we have 2 lag models. So vector error correction make decrease by 1 lag in our model. So we just click on OK, and we can have our vector error correction model here with a cointegration equation and the relationship between GDP growth and government investment. So we can see that in our VAR, in the long run, the government investment is negative, have a negative impact on GDP growth, but in the short run, and in the short run also the government investment influence negatively on GDP growth. So that is for this tutorial, which was aimed just to show you how to run cointegration tests in Eviews, and we go much further till the vector error correction and VAR model estimation. So thanks a lot for listening.